Are we really alone? I know what you're thinking. Of course not. We got our moms, our dads, our little siblings, our older siblings, and our best friends too. No, I am not talking about our social lives. I am talking about our gigantic universe. But have you ever wondered the possibilities of other life forms existing out there? I totally believe that there are other life forms. And if you don't believe, I'll make you believe by using 2 big reasons that will blow your mind. Okay, reason number 1, the size of our universe. How often do you look up at the night sky and wonder just how many stars, planets, and galaxies are out there? Space has taken so much interest of scientists, philosophers, musicians, and pretty much everyone. But what is it that grabs our attention? Counting each star in the universe is like counting the number of sand grains on the beach. Not possible. Like seriously, many experts estimate that there are about 100 billion to 200 billion galaxies in our universe. And each of those galaxies could easily contain over billions of stars. Take the Milky Way galaxy, for example. The whole galaxy measures around 120,000 light years across. And it contains about 400 billion stars. Again, that's billions of galaxies out of a billion of stars contained in it. Scientists estimate that at least 10 billion inhabitable Earth-sized planets are in the Milky Way alone. 1 galaxy out of a billion. But remember, we don't know what type of conditions and environments extraterrestrials thrive on a planet. Given to all the estimations from scientists, odds are we are not alone. Reason number 2. For those whistleblowers. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, a whistleblower is a person who shares information or activity that is illegal. Over the past few years, many whistleblowers have come out and said remarkable things. Bradley Manning, Edward Snowden, and Julian Assange have received the most attention, but they aren't the only whistleblowers out there. Many have come forward with verified credentials and backgrounds. Mass surveillance and their security state is not the only thing shocking people. It's the fact that many of these whistleblowers claim that we are not alone. But it wouldn't be so hard to ignore them if it wasn't for the backgrounds these people have. For example, Paul Heller, former Canadian Defense Minister, the man responsible for verifying the Canadian Force, Army, and the Navy into one united force, now known as the Canadian Forces. For someone with such a background to come out and make these extraordinary claims, definitely grabbed the attention of many people. Here is what he had shared to the world. In one of the cases during the Cold War, 1961, there were about 50 UFOs in formation flying south from Russia across Europe. The Supreme Allied Commander was very concerned and was about ready to press the panic button when they turned around and went back over the North Pole. They decided to do an investigation, and they investigated for 3 years. They decided with absolute certainty there were 4 different species visiting our planet for thousands of years. There's been a lot more activity in the past 2 decades, especially since we invented the atomic bomb. Paul Heller isn't the only one making these extraordinary statements. At least a dozen other NASA astronauts have done the same. It's quite amazing hearing what astronauts have to say when they are the ones who actually get to see what's happening out there in space. Let's look at one more example. Former head of CIA, Roscoe Cotter, 1960. Here's what Roscoe had said. Behind the scenes, high-ranking Air Force flyers are soberly concerned about UFOs, but though through official secrecy and ridicule, many citizens are led to believe that unknown flying objects are nonsense. You know, I could go on all day saying all the statements people have said, but I won't. It's up to you whether or not you believe me, but just think about it. Just think about it. The possibilities are endless. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.